What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's that time of the week again where we take a look at what I picked up movie collection wise last week. Welcome to the weekly pickups show. So this week was kind of like more chaotic than I expected in terms of pickups. I wasn't expecting to get anything really major in terms of pickups this week. However, things changed. The card is subject to change, as they say, and I picked up a bunch of stuff as it seems. But I'm being a lot more careful with my collecting habits at the moment. I'm only picking up films that I want to see or I want in my collection. I'm not picking up stuff for the sake of picking up stuff. I sold a bunch of stuff this week as well, so I made about 130, 140 pound in trading value in CEX. I do have stuff on the way from CEX, but unfortunately they haven't arrived yet, so I cannot showcase them right now. But as we are talking about right now, let's get into the first batch of stuff, shall we? First, I just want to give a big shout out to Andy of Forgotten World of Movies for sending me Train to Busan. I had a blast with this movie. This is one great zombie film. It just kicks it off immediately. It's so immediate and fast paced, and it never lets up for a second. And I think that's what makes this film so successful. It's just that good. It just continually action throughout the runtime, and I think it's one of those brilliant films. Again, you know, coming from foreign markets, they're making the best movies right now, in my opinion. Train to Busan is excellent. I've never seen a zombie film with such immediacy and such breakneck pace as Train to Busan. I recommend it to everybody. If you love the zombies subgenre, it's a must watch. So we're going to go into basically the random bunch. My cousin offloaded a bunch of Blu-rays to me for nothing. I've seen some of these and not all of these, but I think there are some cool titles in here that is interesting. First title, The Tourist. Not seen it. I'm assuming it's a romance movie, so it's not going to be really for me. But I do know someone that collects Johnny Depp titles, so this will probably be going to their way very soon. Next up is a film called The Losers. This is a film that I see everywhere. I always see it about. I think the cover art is very striking. I do like that cover art. I think it's cool. So when I saw this in the photo that my cousin sent me, I was like, I need to nab this one to give it a watch. Liam Neeson's Unknown. Sort of collecting Liam Neeson titles. I'm not like super into it. I do like Liam Neeson. I do like his action run since Taken. That he's gone on a tear with his action movies. As of in the last 10 years or so, he's been doing a great job with these action films. So really happy to get this one. Taken 2, a massive downgrade in terms of quality compared to the first Taken. I saw this in the cinema. I was super hyped for this movie, but it didn't deliver really. There's a lot of moments that are super unbelievable to me that wouldn't really work in real life. The one thing that I will say there's a positive about this movie, I like the concept of this sequel, because you see these massive action movies with these action stars killing a bunch of dudes, and there's not really any repercussions from that. But this film kind of answers that thing I've always said to myself: what are the families doing of these people that have died? What are they doing about it? And in this film, I like where it's the families of the victims that Liam Neeson's character has killed in the first film. I think that's a very clever way to build a sequel story-wise. But unfortunately, that's the only good thing about this movie, is the concept. The execution is poor. It's been watered down to a 15 rating, so it's not as viscerally brutal as the first movie, unfortunately. Not that makes the movie, but I think the first movie, that visceral hand-to-hand violence that is in that first film kind of adds to the weight and the struggles that his character goes through to try and get his daughter back. In this, not as bare knuckle kind of brutality in this one. It's very watered down. There's moments, like I said, that I just don't believe would happen, such as his young little daughter, throwing grenades on a rooftop. Like, that is dumb. Anyway, next up I have a film I've not seen, but I couldn't pass up. It's a very nice steelbook that my cousin gave me. Matt Damon in Green Zone. I'm guessing this is some kind of war film. The steelbook's really nice, so I couldn't pass up a free steelbook. Heard this is not too bad, so I'm hoping it actually is decent. Next up is a Ridley Scott movie, Russell Crowe in Robin Hood. Not seen it. I've not heard very good things about it, but you know, it's a film that I've not seen on Blu-ray for free, so I can give it a watch. This is a film I've heard great things about, but I've been spoiled, so I kind of know the ending probably will lack its impact that it should have. My cousin says it's still a great film regardless. The Book of Eli. I'm looking forward to watching this film anyway, regardless of that. I know the ending. I do like my post-apocalyptic movies, so this should be a good watch. The Hunger Games. I quite like the first one. I've not seen any more. I read the first book and really enjoyed the first book, but the second book was boring as fuck, so I assume that the movie's going to be boring as fuck as well. So I've just not seen the sequels, basically. I didn't mind this film when it came out. I thought it was okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's all right. It's definitely makes you think of a better movie, which is Battle Royale, but that can't be helped, I suppose. Battle Royale kind of brought that concept into popular consciousness, I suppose. But yeah, it's not a bad movie. I think it's okay for what it is, and I'm hoping that the Unseen Edition adds a bit more violence to it. You can tell me in the comments if it does or not. I don't know, but I'm sort of up for rewatching this one. I get a nice red case, so it's not all bad. I got Night and Day. I like Tom Cruise. I like Cameron Diaz. This looks like it might be a bit of fun. Why not? It was free. Next up is The Disappearance of Alice Creed. It sounds like kind of like a kidnapping movie, but the person kidnapped is actually more formidable than they realise. It sounds like a really cool movie. I do like those kind of films like that. So this might be a really good kind of thriller, action thriller. Sounds alright. Next up is a film my mum's been wanting to see, but it sounds like it could be a good old time, sports movie, The Blind Side. So I'm looking for, I do like my sports dramas, so this might be a good one. I do believe this next film, I think this was this the first female director to get a Best Picture Oscar? I could be wrong, but Hurt Locker. I saw this a long time ago when it first came out. Didn't really think much of it when I saw it originally. This is a long time ago when it came out. When did it come out? 2008, yeah. I didn't really care much about it. Need to give it a good rewatch. It was in the stack my cousin gave me. I thought for free, it might be a good rewatch. Next up is the film I saw a while ago, a long time ago. It was kind of forgettable for what it was. I need to rewatch it again. I do like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a great actor, so maybe this film is worthwhile on the rewatch. And the final free haul from my cousin is a Russell Crowe film called State of Play. Seems like a pretty good thriller, I suppose. I don't even know what this is meant to be about, but it might be good. I like Russell Crowe, so it might be all right. So that is the free Blu-ray stack. Not a bad start to the week, I suppose. Pretty good.
And it's funny because we're only just beginning.
I've been playing the original Witcher game, and it's very primitive, very dated. There's a lot of issues with the game, but I'm really enjoying the writing and the story right now, and it made me want to pick up the books for The Witcher. So I picked up the first book, The Last Wish. This was £3 in The Works, if you know The Work, like a arts and craft bookshop here in the UK at least. I'm really enjoying the world and the story that the first Witcher game is presenting me, so looking forward to giving that a read. Next up, I finally actually completed my DVD collection of Quentin Tarantino movies. Jackie Brown on DVD, Glorious Bastards, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now the fun fact is that I've only seen one of these. I've seen Jackie Brown. I don't think much of this film that much, to be honest. I think it's probably the weakest film that I've seen so far, but I've not seen these ones. So let me know your favourite Quentin Tarantino movie and whether I'm going to enjoy these. I love Kill Bill. I love Kill Bill Volume 2. I love Pulp Fiction, and I love Reservoir Dogs. So there's a good chance that I'm probably going to fall in love with these as well, but who knows. So I went to a charity shop and they had £2 for £1 deal. £2 for £1 deal on their Blu-rays. My mum's I got the live action Aladdin for my mum. I don't need to show that, but I can't be able to get it. But yeah, I picked up Wolf of Wall Street, a film that loads of people recommended me. I've not seen it, so I thought for 50p, why not grab it? And then I've picked up two of a trilogy. There's 3 films in this series, but I've only got the 2 of them, but it was £2 for £1. Films I've never seen, but have always intrigued me. Tom Hanks in the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons. So looking forward to checking those out and picking up Inferno at some point. So recently I sold some stuff in CEX, got about £130, £140 trading. Pretty happy about that, and make sure I was specifically getting things that I wanted this time with that voucher. So I've got stuff coming that I've ordered from the website, but I also picked up some stuff while I was out and about with a voucher. So first up, I picked up Fighting with My Family, probably my favourite sports movie out at the moment, really. I love wrestling, so this really kind of just immediately intrigued me and I wanted to see it. It's a fantastic movie. It's funny, it's heartfelt, and you know, it's a true story about Paige, about her rise to fame in WWE, and it's really a really great film. I recommend this to everyone. Absolutely everyone. Even if you're not into wrestling, I still recommend this movie. It's great fun. Die Hard on 4K. As you can see, I have begun my slipcover rule for 4K because I just thought to myself, they had this there in CEX. It had no slipcover. And I thought, Jason, just get it. For fuck's sake, you know, it's Die Hard. It's in 4K. It's probably gonna look amazing. Get it. You know. So yeah, picked it up. I had the same kind of idea when it concerns Alien on 4K. There was no slipcover. But I just told myself, just get it. It's the only chance you're going to get it at the moment with a voucher, so just grab it. So I did, but I've not watched this yet, so I'm looking forward to it. Reviews are coming for these two soon, so look forward to those. My final 4K pickup that I got, you've seen the review already, it's already on the channel. The 4K trilogy of Jurassic Park. A really good set. I was really impressed by this set. It's not the greatest 4K transfer I've ever seen, or upscale or whatever I've seen, but it's a really decent set. I'm happy I got it. My review, link down below. Check it out. Now we're going to go into charity shop territory. Let's go.
Charity, charity, charity. It's a charity.
So you know what it's like with charity shops. 3 for £1 is where it is. First up, Stargate. Guess what? Never seen Stargate. Oh, I wanted to though. Another film I've only seen bits of but not seen it all the way through. Van Helsing. I've heard mixed reviews on this. It's very CG heavy, but this edition's really nice. Impressed with this edition. Again, 3 for £1. It's a film I don't really care for that much, but when I saw this edition, 3 for £1, I couldn't really leave it there. It's one of those things, really. I need to give it a rewatch anyway, because I feel that maybe, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen it last, so maybe I might actually give this another rewatch, which is Donnie Darko. I really like this lenticular sleeve. I think it's really nice. Next up, I picked up a film called Prey. Yes, you'll probably think to yourself,
Jason, didn't you get a film called Prey earlier in the month?
that is true. I got a film called Prey about a giant lion that kills people. This is different. This is sounds like similar premise to Antichrist. Yes, that Antichrist with Willem Dafoe. Kind of like Antichrist with a bit of Lost in there, like, you know, they're on an island and whatever. Next up, I picked up a film called Necessary Evil with Danny Trejo, whatever you pronounce his name. This sounded like a pretty dumb, fun monster movie, Satan, psycho institution movie that had a bunch of fun, so I thought I'd grab it. Next film is one of my favourite revenge films of all time, Kevin Bacon, Death Sentence. If you've not seen Death Sentence, I highly recommend Death Sentence. It's so good. You need to watch this film. It's so good. Kevin Bacon, one of Kevin Bacon's best roles in my opinion. How far would you go to get revenge? Very underrated. No one talks about this movie. It's really underrated. I love this movie. Next up is a film that, as far as I'm aware, no one liked when it came out, but it's kind of found itself a cult following, which is Jennifer's Body. There's a lot of talk about how this was kind of marketed more as kind of like a 14-year-old kid's sex appeal movie, where it's got Jennifer and, you know, she's barely wearing anything in the entire movie. But I've heard as a kind of horror film, apparently it's very it was ahead of its time, kind of misjudged and stuff. So this might be a good watch for me. I've never seen it, so you know, it might actually be a decent watch in 2021. Next up is a film that I'm not looking forward to watching because I've heard it is pretty unpleasant. A film called The Girl Next Door. Now I've heard about the true story that this is adapting, I suppose, into a movie. A horrific story of two girls that become friends of two boys, but their family are a bit psycho, and they basically abuse the two girls pretty brutally. And this is that in film form. It doesn't sound pleasant. The Girl Next Door, let me know if you've seen it. I've heard it's a hard watch. Untraceable, I see this everywhere I go, but this cover art kind of made me pick it up. A serial killer that only operates on the internet, and it's about a detective who specialises in catching online serial killers, and it just sounds interesting to me, so I picked it up. Next up, you won't believe this, next up is a Stephen King film I've not seen before, and that is Misery. Yes, I've not seen this. Kill me in the comments, whatever you want to do. But anyway, next up, I picked up some films I've been after for a while, you know. 2 films in particular. One is meant to be pretty good, and the other one is meant to be pretty dire, but it's going to be right up my street because it looks terrible. But yeah, I picked up a film called The Resort. See, I've seen this film in my local supermarkets like Asda and Morrison's for about £7 for this DVD. 3 for £1 charity shop. Fucking hell, couldn't believe my luck. You know, it comes with a nice slipcover. Pretty happy with that. And to go with that, Aquarium of the Dead. Now, I've been wanting these 2 for a while since they come out because they just look like my cup of tea. This is going to be fucking... This is going to be awful, isn't it? A good channel out there, Alan Scouser. Shout out to Alan. Great content creator, great YouTuber. He really enjoyed this film, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. I do like that cover art. I think it's quite cool. So yeah, this one, however, I know it's going to suck, but I'm going to have a good time with it. It's Asylum at their most ridiculous, right? So I'm going to look forward to that. I picked up Portal. Just seemed pretty interesting. And I always like it when you find more modern releases in charity shops for fucking nothing. Great. Next up is a film I've not seen. It was sealed, so I thought I'd pick it up. I loved the first movie. One of the most underrated exorcism films of all time, in my opinion. The Last Exorcism. I got part 2, because I've not seen part 2. And the final 2 pickups, it's funny because I've got these on Blu-ray and I've got the first one on 4K, but I saw these and they're such nice additions that I couldn't pass them up, which are the Alien Director's Cut Special Edition DVDs and Aliens Special Edition DVD. I love both of these movies so much that, you know, I don't care how many times I'm going to multiple dip on these in terms of owning them, because these are really nice additions. That is the end of my weekly pickups. Really good week, I think. A really great week. Just some great titles I'm looking forward to checking out. I've changed my way I've kind of collect now. I don't buy things I don't want to watch. I don't buy things for the sake of it. I think there's a lot of issues when it concerns the collectors kind of community, where fear of missing out is a big thing, and people buy things that they don't really want just to make videos or just to kind of just like quench that thirst of like, oh, am I going to miss out on this? And I'm trying to stop myself doing that and only pre-ordering or picking up things in charity shops that I generally do want. So I say this all the time, but it may not happen, but my pickups may dwindle in future videos, because I'm trying not to kind of trying to curb it a little bit, because I'm running out of space. You probably can see behind me, like, I have got shelves just packed full of movies. But anyway, that is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you see on this channel and you would love to see more, hit the subscribe button and be a subscriber. It really does mean a lot to me, and you will be notified as well when I upload a video. As always, guys, thanks to everyone that has liked, commented, subscribed and shared the video on this channel. I really do appreciate every one of you. You know, we have hit 500 subscribers. Here's to 1,000, guys. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone's support. I really do appreciate it. As always, I have been Jason, and I am gonna go and watch Aquarium of the Dead. Wish me luck.